Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and after a good night's rest, just waking up and remembering this incredible 10th anniversary launch of the K30 Ultra and the Mi 10 Ultra. And I gotta say guys, I'm still pinching myself to believe an amazing price point that they reached with this K30 Ultra. And that's the subject of today's video. I want to do a quick comparison between this K30 Pro that I have in my hand, which has been one of the most incredible affordable flagship phones of this year, next to this K30 Ultra that came in at 1,999 RMB. So there's one chart that I'm referencing here, and while it is in Chinese, I think it's very helpful just talking about the specs of these phones that are similar. We're going to see the exact same size display on this K30 Ultra, 6.67 inch, no notch, no punch hole, just an incredible look on this K30 Pro, and the K30 Ultra is going to adopt the exact same display with one major upgrade, 120 Hz versus 60 Hz. That is the game-changing update we've all been waiting for, but beyond that, it's going to be a very similar look to the display here on this K30 Pro. Now, in terms of looks, we'll have a very similar circular cutout and a very kind of similar back. Now, this is a matte glass back here on this K30 Pro, but there are versions of this that are glossy as well, and it appears the K30 Ultra is going to be a glossy finish. I'm not a huge fan of glossy finishes, but for one, I can't wait to get my hands on this stunning green variant. It looks absolutely amazing, but beyond that, if you look closely, antenna bands, same as on this K30 Pro, it is an aluminum edge on the K30 Ultra, which is a welcome sight. And another similarity with this K30 Pro, this is the zoom edition, but we have that same 64 megapixel camera on the K30 Ultra, and the K30 Ultra should have a lot of the connectivity similar to this K30 Pro, Type-C connector on the bottom, and quick charge capability of its battery up to 33 watts. But now, despite having a lot in common with this K30 Pro, there are quite a number of things that are different. And after kind of reviewing this chart, I noticed a few areas where maybe Xiaomi did cut corners to hit that incredible 120 Hz refresh rate spec on the K30 Ultra. The first big difference is in terms of the RAM and the storage. So unlike the K30 Pro series, which comes with DDR5 RAM and UFS 3.0 or 3.1 storage depending, the K30 Ultra comes with DDR4X RAM and UFS 2.1. So much more in line with what we saw on the Redmi 10X 5G and the 10X Pro series than on this K30 Pro series. In terms of audio, we do have high-res audio on the K30 Ultra, but one big difference, I don't know if you noticed it from the renders, no 3.5mm headphone jack on the K30 Ultra. Now, that's not a deal breaker for me. I use a lot of Bluetooth solutions like the Mi True Wireless Earphones Basic 2, among others, and I think a lot of the phones that the K30 Ultra is going against, like the OnePlus Nord and the iPhone SE, have already dropped the headphone jack, but it will be an omission here. But just want to be clear here, there's no headphone jack on the K30 Ultra. And last but not least, in terms of battery life, we've taken a slight dip from this K30 Pro series from 4,700 milliamperes down to 4,500. Now, that's a similar drop in battery life that we see from the Mi 10 to the Mi 10 Pro, but 200 milliamperes isn't that big a deal. I think you're still going to get incredible battery life, and with the Dimensity 1000 Plus powering it all, 120 Hz display, I think this phone is going to fly. And I'm not too worried about the phone feeling sluggish even with the lower RAM and storage, because it's going to have a 240 Hz touch sampling rate versus the 180 that we see here on the Redmi K30 Pro. So that's it guys, just a few quick similarities and differences that you can see between this K30 Ultra and the K30 Pro. That being said though, remember the price point that this phone came at, 2,999 yuan, and with the K30 Ultra you're getting almost 90% of the phone that was the K30 Pro for 1,000 RMB less. In my opinion, it's a game-changing price point, and for all the specs that you're going to get with this K30 Ultra, it may be the ultimate affordable flagship phone of the year. I didn't think Xiaomi was going to reach the heights of this K30 Pro or Redmi 10X Pro series, but I think they have topped them all. And that is the incredible story here about this K30 Ultra, and stay tuned for my full unboxing and review. I can't wait to get my hands on this one. But hit me up in the comments. What do you think of these differences between K30 Ultra and K30 Pro? Do you think the K30 Ultra is still an amazing value despite the slightly lower specs in those areas? Hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. And pre-orders have started in China already. I will be doing my darndest to get this K30 Ultra as soon as possible. So appreciate the patience guys, and we'll have a full unboxing and my full Frankie Tech review on this phone on the channel very soon. So that's it, and this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one.